Well, good morning. Hi, gang. It is Monday morning, December the 23rd, working my way towards Christmas here. And I thought I'd do a little quick video talking about making money on YouTube, which I have reached the point where I make a very, very small amount of money on YouTube. Very small. I am not what you would call an influencer. I am not what you would call a YouTube personality, any of those kind of things. I'm just a guy that makes videos on YouTube. I enjoy what I do. And there happens to be a small number of people out there in the world that seems to find those videos interesting and have started following my channel. And so it's worked out where, given enough time, I've actually started to make just a small amount of money. And I want to go over some of that, how much that I've been paid so far, and kind of how that works. So to start out, when you want to become monetized, you have to reach there's a couple of criteria points you have to reach. First, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have at least 4,000 public hours of watch time within the last 365 days. And I reached both of those milestones at the end of 2023. And so I went ahead and went through the process to monetize the channel. You've got to do a little bit of stuff online. YouTube goes through and looks at your channel and looks at everything that you've got going on and make sure they're happy with the kind of content that you're putting out and whatnot. And then you can start making money. So the money comes in from advertisers. They run commercials during your videos. I guess there's a way you can go in there and you can specify what kinds of ads and where they're going to be and all kinds of stuff. I don't mess with any of that stuff. Like, yeah, you want to play ads, go ahead, play ads. They put them in sort of wherever they want to. They try to find natural breaks in the video, and that's where they get put in. So, and that's fine. So it seems to be working out. They pay approximately $15 for every 1,000 views that I get in ad revenue. And that's just on the long videos. The short videos, they do pay a little bit, but they're just a pittance. So, like I said, I started the process. I did the monetization towards the end of 2023. I got the first payment. The first actual payment I got was in June 2024. So it took about 6 months to reach that first payment. Now, to get a payment, you have to reach a $100 limit is the minimum that they will pay out. So you have to build revenue until you have at least $100 in your little account, and then they'll make a payment to you. Now you can go in there and set a minimum and say, I don't want to get paid unless it's at least $300 or $500 or whatever you decide. But the minimum is 100. And I've just left it alone. So when I get to 100, there's a date range in there that it continues to calculate. So even if you hit that 100, it may be a few more days or a couple of more weeks before you reach the end of that pay period, in which case it might go up a little bit above $100. And I'll show you here in just a minute what I have has shown up on my account on what I've been paid. So far, I've been paid a whopping 3 times in the course of 2024. And so I am not going to be retiring off of YouTube income, anything like that, but it's fun. And hey, it helps a little bit, pays for some gas for the truck and for the equipment that I use. So it works out. So anyway, you got to get to $100. Then you've got to go in when you're ready to get monetized. You put in your tax information and your bank account information and all that, and it just gets direct deposited right into my checking account. And they take out any taxes that are appropriate. Thus far, I don't think they've taken any taxes out of any of mine yet at all because they're very small. They've just been just over that $100 mark. So I'm going to flip the camera around here and show you this screen I've got up right here. See if you guys can see this. Let me get this adjusted a little bit. Okay, so you see right here, this is what I got paid just recently in December. In fact, just yesterday, that showed up in my checking account. $138.88. That was the third payment. If I look down here just a little bit, sorry about the reflection in the background, but you can see here is my most recent payment right there. That was the one before, which was in September, and then there was the first one, which was in June. So altogether, I've made a whopping about $300 and not quite $350 from YouTube, which, you know what? Hey, it's not bad. It's easy money. I don't really have to do anything except what I was already doing. I like making these videos, and so that's it's easy. You really don't. There's not a lot to it. Now, there's a lot of people out there that get really into how they do their videos, and they look at their analytics all the time, and they're trying to always make adjustments. So if I go to my analytics here, and you can see, gives you an idea of how the payment goes for each month. So December, they're still calculating payments. I got a payment in December, but that was actually for the previous like 2.5 or 3 months is what it took to get to $100. But so you can see over here, $27.54 so far in December. November, I made $41.36. October, $49. September, $47. You know, so on and so on. So it's really, I think I make about $1.75 a day on YouTube. So, you know, I'm just, I'm rolling in here. Don't even know what to do with all this money. Okay, so from this page now, if I wanted to look at the analytics for my individual content, then I go up here to the content button and hit that. And so now that's going to show me my top videos and how many views they've gotten over. And this is in the last 28 days, which you can see right there. So you can set that for 90 days or 365 days or whatever you want, and see how many views you've been getting. And a lot of people that are on YouTube that are way more savvy about this stuff than I am, they pay really close attention to that stuff. So if I look at my views, it's showing that I've got 5.3 thousand views on my long videos, and it says that's about the same as usual. Impressions is like when you're watching YouTube and a video pops up at the end of a video that you just watched, or when you're scrolling just looking through random videos, the impressions is part of the YouTube algorithm, and they feed those to you based on content that you like. Then if you go impressions, click-through rate, that means how many times that people clicked on the video that YouTube popped up the little preview for. And then it shows the average view duration of the video. So my videos on average are probably between 12 and 20 minutes long, and it looks like the average view is about 3, not quite 4 minutes. And that's common, you know, everybody does that. You get on a video and there's some that you want to watch all the way through, but there's a lot of them you kind of skip through and look at certain parts, and then you're out and you move it on. That's just the way social media works. So, okay, if I look at audience, you can look at the audience. It tells me when my audience is on YouTube mostly, who it is, what the age ranges are, who watches my videos mostly, stuff like that. So there's all sorts of things that you can look at, and then it just depends on how much time you want to spend looking at it, I guess. How much time you want to spend trying to figure out what does it mean and how can you make your YouTube better. And I spend very little time doing that. And it probably shows, realistically. The videos that I put out, they're pretty much, straightforward. There's not a lot of fancy anything going on in them. Not a lot of fluff. I don't get political about anything. I'm not trying to make a particular statement about anything. I'm just doing what I enjoy doing. And that's either doing junk removal jobs, trash hauling gravel for people, doing some work with a little tractor, my little skid steer, stuff like that. That's really all I want to do, and that's all I care about. So, all right, so I'm going to flip this camera back around, and we'll finish this off. Okay, I think that's about back where I was. So anyway, there you go, guys. That's the kind of the overview of how it's worked for me getting monetized on YouTube and starting to make a very small amount of money. there's people out there that are making a lot of money on YouTube. You know, when people have 50,000 or 100,000 or 500,000 subscribers, and they put up a video and it gets 20,000 views in the first hour, you know, stuff like that, they're making a lot of money on YouTube. I am not one of those. And I think probably the vast majority of people that are on YouTube are not going to fall into that category. They have a lot of help. There's some of the channels I know, they have like production teams and video teams that go with them, and when they put this stuff together, and they do the editing for them, and you know, they put stuff out constantly all the time. That's a big part of it, is being consistent. I tend to put out 1 or 2 videos maybe every 1 or 2 weeks, where there are some people that put out videos daily and sometimes multiple videos daily. I have a full-time job, and the job that I do when I make these videos takes a lot of time. So I don't have time to just constantly be making videos. It'd be nice if I could do that, but that's not real life for me. So I will continue going the way I am. If it gets busier, my work gets a little busier, maybe I'll get a couple of more cameras and try to have different camera angles and different things set up and try to video more frequently if I'm doing more frequent jobs, stuff like that. All right, well, anyway, guys, it's almost Christmas, a couple more days, so I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. I'm going to try to get this video put up before Christmas, and then hopefully something else will pop up. I'll get another couple of jobs, and maybe the first week of the new year, and we'll see how it goes. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you later.